What are we witnessing? Tadej Pogacar taking stage one of the Vuelta España. Even when this lad wins, he makes it dramatic. 900ths of a second, Adam.
Yeah, we were just saying then when he was coming across the line, he was like, he's not going to do it, he's going to do it, he's not going to do it. But he, like those parts in that little TT then, where he'd be taking not a completely different line to everyone else, he'd be really hugging the barriers at one point and not the next. He made sure he was taking the shortest line around every corner, the fastest line around every corner. And we were just saying then about Hayter when he was leant over and, you know, looked like he was punching the chair.
Yeah.
It's like he will be thinking of every little bit where he's going, oh, if I only did that, if I only did that. That man, he probably won't look back and think, I could have gone quicker there, I could have gone quicker there. He just nailed it right down to the tee. He's incredible.
And his first win at the Vuelta España since stage 20 of 2019. His first ever time in the leader's red jersey. And it's phenomenal that this man still has achievements left to accomplish, but almost equally phenomenal that his team are so excited still from the man who just keeps on winning. It's his 128th career win, his 17th win this season.
It is crazy. I think they believed he could do it, but if it had come third or fourth, it would have been still a very, very good ride, because Tadej is beatable in time trials, especially on a technical course like this. But riding on his doorstep with them, and we talked about it, didn't we? He could actually lead this race from start to finish. And now, looking at what's to come over the next couple of days, you're thinking he could do it. I think the last person to do that was Gianni Bugno in 1990, 1991 in the Giro d'Italia. But we are looking at him making history again. But what a superb performance. He clearly had the time of Hayter in his ear, 2 seconds down to the intermediate split, coming into the most technical part of the race. And what's impressive for me is the risk that Tadej had to take as well, or would have had to take. He's riding for GC, but he pushes it to the very limits. And it also shows us, probably more than ever, how highly skilled Tadej is as well. The skill that he's got on this machine is amazing. He spends a lot of time on his TT bike, but again, pretty much home roads. He would have known these roads like the back of his hand, but still ever so slow and unexpected to take it out of the TT Giants. But what a ride by Tadej. He's on form, he's happy, and I think just a little bit surprised, but Ethan Hayter, what a shame for Ethan,
so devastating.
But what a brilliant start to this race. It's such an exciting TT, so many changes at the hot seat. That was really, really entertaining, and I think a brilliant course to open up this race.
Yeah, lots of Brits in the hot seat, one after the other. Let's start with Ethan Hayter, though, who looked like he maybe had this one in the bag, and as you say, Adam, just punching that hot seat as he had to vacate it almost, you could see just how much this would have meant to him.
Me and him both. I had him in my team for the predictions, and I didn't actually put him in. He was on the reserve bench.
You must get the hang of this, mate, don't you?
Damn it, I slipped up massively. But no, I mean, Ethan, he's shown time and time again that he's so good at time trialling. And this was one which was probably one of his best performances. But when you lose by 0.9 of a second...
0.09.
0.09 of a second, it's devastating. So for him, being that close to a leader's jersey in a Grand Tour, of course he's going to be annoyed. But the form's there, he's showing good form, and I think he can take that. And I know he's not won, but you've lost to Tadej Pogacar. Out of all people, at least you know he's literally the greatest rider ever.
Yeah, that's a thought that will settle in a little bit later. Yeah. Right now, I'm sure it's just the devastation of losing what could have been. Let's hear from the man who had an incredible ride today, finishing in second. It's Ethan Hayter.
Right, and you just learned you were the best time for 4 seconds. How do you feel? Tell us a bit of your first feeling.
Well, I'm really happy. Obviously, it's been difficult, and it was really hard. And I was quite nervous before with all how technical it was, but I wasn't perfect, but probably nobody was, and I think I did a good ride and got everything out by the end.
Where do you think you made the difference on that kind of course?
I think everything was in the corners and kind of recovering in between with how fast my bike and position and kit is. So, yeah, it was... I think I got everything out, and we'll just have to see the next riders, but I'm happy whatever happens.
You were one of the last one to start. Does it allow you to have time to look at the others, to see everywhere on the course where you can do something better than the others?
It's so hard on TV, you know. It looks... We had the joke, it was like everyone looks kind of really steady on TV, but when you do it yourself, you probably look the same, but it feels really fast on how narrow and technical it is. So, yeah, I think I started fast and kept the speed as high as possible, to be honest. So, yeah.
Well, obviously, that was just after he'd finished his ride, and he quite rightly said he was happy with how it went. He left everything out there. This, of course, is the moment we were referring to just a moment ago when he realised that he'd lost the time trial by just 9/100ths of a second. A phenomenal performance from him all the same. Can we move on to Josh Tarling, who had been in the hot seat before that? Another phenomenal ride in isolation anyway, Matt, but given everything that that young man has brought into this race in his heart and on his shoulders, the weight of everything that's happened to him in the last 8 days, this was a literally awesome, humbling sight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a show of, I don't know, of loyalty. Do you know what? Most of all, it was a show of absolute love. That's what this was. For him to step up in the way he did, is just a measure of this man, and also a measure of the relationship that he had with Finn. You know, so astonishingly brave for him to step up and perform in this manner. And he nearly had it, didn't he? He was still just off the third in the end, wasn't he? But such a brave battling performance, which I think says a lot about his family as well, the way they've allowed him to do this, because he chose to be on the start ramp. And I think a lot of us here and a lot of people in the cycling world were quite surprised by that, but he wanted to honour his brother, and what a way to do it. So regardless of the result, I think this is a wonderful display ultimately of sibling love. As simple as that.
And we're such a small community, aren't we? It's really difficult not to feel the emotions of all of this. For anyone who's a bit newer to cycling and hasn't been following, of course, Josh's younger brother Finn died just 8 days ago while racing in Portugal in a collision. At the age of just 19, it's almost impossible to imagine the emotions of Josh Tarling, his parents Michael and Dawn as well. And then we learned that he lost his grandfather this week as well. Adam, to take some positives from this, there is another time trial in this race, and it's one that suits him an awful lot better. And we've seen today how he's able to cope with this pressure and channel all of that into a performance that is leaving us all, I think, really emotional just watching it. He's done such a credit to his brother there today, hasn't he?
He has,
to his whole family.
I think a credit to himself as well, really. I think he has to give himself a pat on the back. He is going through a lot, and no one can ever understand that. But I think he needs to really hold his head as high as he can do and be proud of himself, because he's done amazing today. Regardless of the result, just getting on that start line is enough for him. So, yeah, I'm shocked he's there and dealing what he's going through right now. It's a lot for anyone to deal with, but to try and perform on this level, I really do feel for him. Yeah,
our thoughts and condolences are with Josh, with Michael, with Dawn, with the entire team, of course, NSN and Ineos. An incredibly emotional day. Shall we show you the results of today? That was a great day, really, performance-wise for the British riders, wasn't it? Because we had Ethan, we had Josh, we had Callum Thornley as well, finishing in fourth. Possibly a little bit unexpected?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, Callum Thornley, I think he was third in the recent TT in the Tour of Poland, and he did it well. And he's a very good TT rider, but that's a standout performance. And I'm trying to think back over the years the Brits have had success in the Vuelta, but I can't remember a time where we've stacked 4 riders outside the top 3.
Unless it was a TT.
Unless it was a team time trial. But yeah, all from different teams. But I think the surprise there is Thornley. That's an astonishingly good ride. And of course, Ethan in particular knows Josh very, very well. They're of the same generation. But yeah, I mean, from a Brit's perspective, it's wonderful. But yeah, we've got to take a hat off to the way that Josh has dealt with this whole situation. That's something massively memorable. But as you say, there's another opportunity for him in this race.
Just one. The 20 stages.
So the way the team is composed, they've got opportunities. Yeah,
they've got the will and support of an awful lot of people behind Josh Tarling, certainly for the next 3 weeks. The day ultimately belonged to Tadej Pogacar, of course, taking the stage win on stage 1 of the Vuelta España. Let's hear from his team boss, Martin Fernandez.
What a strong performance. Did you expect something like this from Tadej?
With Tadej, always the expectative try to win the race. Amazing performance, amazing corners. Is take the fast corners with the pedaling, with the no risk. Within any moments is the moment of the wow. It's made Tadej the perfection made cyclist.
It was really close with Ethan. How intense was it for you?
amazing with these specialists, and it's a lot of the guys specialists, Tarling, Hayter, a lot of the good guys for this type of the race, but today right in home.
Riding home, what does it change for today?
A lot the motivation to know the corners, know the downhill, know in the last corners is in the place to do. He lived for this is there, made the perfection, made the whole moment, and don't take any risk, but it's super fast.
And for the confidence, it's the perfect start.
Arriving in the house and winner the first prologue, I don't know, time trial, the first day, the first Vuelta España, not the first Vuelta España, but with the second Vuelta España is a dream. Congress for Tadej is made the perfection today.
Tadej said he wanted to race smart on this Vuelta because he had to save energy for the next goals.
His own thing in the Vuelta, enjoy the day, enjoy the moment, and tomorrow is another day. But in the moment we are in the Vuelta and focus in the Vuelta.
Does it mean control with the red jersey already for 3 weeks?
Okay, controlling now what is the rivals, what is the difference, what is the gap, and now enjoy the situation, the moment, and actually defending the situation. But it's tomorrow is the interest to the spring teams, and actually don't enter in this world.
Thank you, Maciej.